Daryll Strawberry. His number 18 now hangs high above Citi Field. Sports reporter Tom Buring had a chance to speak with the former All-Star about his life, career, and the meaning of immortality.
His unique name helped distinguish a colorful career, thriving with baseball success while hurdling personal setbacks.
If I just identify myself as Daryll Strawberry, a Major League Baseball player, I missed the whole mark of life.
Few have achieved more than Daryll Strawberry. A top Major League draft pick, a Rookie of the Year, a 3-time world champion, and an 8-time All-Star.
That was part of my life, but that's no longer who I am today.
Nearly 2 decades sober, the imposing slugger watches his New York Mets jersey immortalized while kneeling for what's redemptive and eternal.
A life of willing transformation. What do you see that's honorable when the number goes up?
I see how God rescues, redeems, and restores. Not some things, but all things. His plan is like greater than anything that we can ever imagine. And sometimes God needs to stop certain people to get their attention so you can recognize that he's God. And that's what happened in my life. You know, I had all this fame and fortune, but the promises over my life was greater than my baseball career.
Daryll, that Mets franchise is where you had most of your major league success. Does it give you a sense of completion?
Completion for me. You know, to say thank you. Thank you to a city, the fans, thank you to the organization, so many other people, my family, my wife, kids. Had it not been for the guys I played with, it takes a great team to make you a great player. The teams I played on in 7 years were great teams, and we had a chance to win.
First or second place finish it.
Yes. So I never finished under second.
Back to Chase Stadium with a crazed clubhouse on some accounts. How do you now see the professional part of the success and the personal part of some of the failure that came with it?
There's 2 parts of life, the achieving and the struggle. The Bible didn't say some of us would fall short. It said we would all fall short of the glory of God. So understanding falling short was a part of it. It doesn't mean you stay there. And that's when I was able to fall on my knees. Jesus was there. 7 years of discipleship, of learning God's word and learning who God is. I'm glad I took the time off to do that, to become that man.
Does it inspire you, seeing his life?
Definitely, it inspires me. I know he's a guy who can call, not going to judge me. He can relate to the things I struggle with. And I can talk to him about anything and be open with it, knowing that it's not going to go anywhere. 7 years ago now, when my mom was sick, he went to visit my mom and spent like 2 hours with my mom, praying with my mom. That's when I knew it's for real.
The pain of uncertainty. How has all that positioned you as an overcomer?
We all have some type of pain and some type of hurt, some type of rejection, loneliness that we go through. I didn't have a father. He rejected me. So I had to battle through that. That was my own personal battle to get out on this field and make it happen. So there was some major pieces missing in my life when I had my career of being a man. And I didn't learn all of that until I went through the addiction, the sinful lifestyle, the cancer, losing my left kidney, and now having a major heart attack at 62. He has extended me more time to complete his work.
Daryll, do we underserve what, and more importantly, those who've invested into us along our journey?
I'm glad for the struggle because I probably would have never found the symbol of the cross. I would probably be still today chasing notoriety than being the man that God wanted me to be. I'm living the legacy of my mom and what she prayed for. And I'm so thankful for that because that's transformation, because Christ is alive and Christ comes in you. Now Christ lives in you.
In a career linked to statistics and performance, how do you hear his approval for not what you do, but for who you are?
You receive his approval when you know him. Every day, even in the hard times, you talk to him. He's your father, and he speaks to you, and he lets you know, I got you. I live for the kingdom. I don't live for a brand. I don't live for applause. I mean, I live because of what Jesus has done, and I know what the light looks like. The light is greater than the darkness, and people need to understand that.
I knew his story and gravitated towards him. He welcomed that right away, and we've been able to have great conversation of the radical change that Jesus can bring into your life when you accept him and bring him in. For me, it's an incredible story that's really inspiring.
Everybody says, well, should he made the Hall of Fame? Maybe, probably, but for me, what he's doing now with his ministry work, helping people traveling around the country, when he had this heart attack, to me was, every day I'm off the road is one less person I could help. To me, it's much more important than the placard 2%.
The term immortalized, you'll have your number on that. I just wonder how it brings you into that image of God that he calls us.
That's more important than radical change that my life has taken. I've had an incredible encounter with God. It has been the greatest gift I've ever received. Have I had an effect on people's lives and brought a lot of cheers from a ball game? Yes, that's baseball. But being in ministry and preaching the gospel and having an effect on people's lives, that's eternal. It's a whole different destiny. I look at how great God is. Nobody's like God. Nobody can do what he do.
For Daryll Strawberry, why should the jersey, the number, the banner of Jesus Christ be raised?
Well, because he's the king. We don't crown ourselves, we crown the king. I need to crown him for what he has done. Because Daryll Strawberry, the great baseball player in the flesh of who I was, he no longer lives. Jesus is the miracle maker. Not us, not a uniform, not a number hanging up. Jesus Christ is the miracle maker. And his love for people is to spare people and save people.